All right, guys, welcome back to Golazo España. In this video, we're going to take a look at the front pages of today's Spanish football dailies and see what they've got to say. And then we'll do a roundup of news from the other clubs outside the top two, the big two, Real Madrid and Barcelona. I've done a daily roundup summary of the news concerning those clubs today in previous uploads. But for this one, we're going to focus on the front pages to begin with. So MARCA. Luis Figo here, as you can see, my signing, is part of history. The paper marks the 25th anniversary of Florentino Perez becoming Real Madrid president, who was, famously brought in Luis Figo from rivals Barcelona. They describe how Perez began his era with Figo under his arm, referencing one of the most controversial transfers ever. Also mentions Lucas Vázquez's farewell and Jude Bellingham's shoulder surgery in London. MARCA, obviously, a pro-Real Madrid newspaper, as is AS. The headline here is "Learning to Live Without Bellingham." He's expected to miss around 3 months following surgery on his left shoulder yesterday. Real Madrid now needs to find cover in midfield. Alonso is leaning towards Goulet. And Mastantuono, I think he pronounced his name, discussed in the Real Madrid upload today for you. Basically, he's looking at those two to step in during Jude's absence. Vázquez again says goodbye to the club today at Valdebebas, Real Madrid HQ. And top right of the page up here, Simeone has Cardoso. Atletico completed the signing of US midfielder Cardoso for €30 million with a contract until 2030. Moving on to the Barcelona publications and sport, the headline obviously about Yamal here. I want to win the Champions League and La Liga. Obviously, the club is celebrating his official promotion to Barcelona's number 10 shirt. He's got the number 10 shirt now. He's got his contract now signed, all until 2031. He expresses ambition to win major trophies and says, "This is my life and I'm happy to stay here." Down in the red bar here, we have El Gamper seriously at risk. This is the tournament, the Joan Gamper Trophy, which is to be played at the Spotify Camp Nou, is at risk due to construction delays. So there's a significant update regarding that in my Barcelona update for you. And finally, moving on to the other Barcelona publication, we have Mundo Deportivo. Again, obviously that's dedicated to Yamal. Barca is my life, celebrating his new contract, the iconic number 10 shirt that he's being given now. And he said, Messi did his thing and I'll do mine, showing confidence in carrying the numbers legacy. Again, top red bar somewhere. Oh, it's up here. Again, about this tournament being in danger due to lack of final safety licenses. The match may be moved to the Johan Cruyff Stadium. So, where shall we begin? Atletico Madrid, Johnny Cardoso becomes Atletico's fourth signing. The American midfielder is now an Atletico Madrid player, currently on holiday in Brazil after playing in the CONCACAF Gold Cup with the US national team. He signs with the club until 2030. Atletico and Real Betis officially announced a transfer agreement yesterday. Cardoso joins on a 5-season deal and will wear the number 5 under Simeone. Having already played 65 games for Betis, 45 in La Liga, his signing fits Atletico's goal of bringing in younger players with immediate impact. He's on holiday with his family, but is expected to join pre-season training. As his season ended later, he's allowed an extended break, but might link up with the squad early in Los Angeles de San Rafael. This marks Atletico's fourth signing after Matteo Ruggeri, Alex Banya and Thiago Almada. Cardoso said, "I'm very excited to join such a big team that shares the same goals. I always try to give my best with dedication and humility. I hope to help with passion and honour the shirt." He also said it's a dream to work with Simeone, who is a reference in world football. It's a privilege to learn and grow with the best. And to the fans, he had a simple message, and he said, "I hope the supporters welcome me warmly. I'm coming with a lot of desire to work hard and represent them on the pitch." And Cardoso was the midfielder Atletico most wanted for this season. Staying with Atletico Madrid, Apollo considers investment in the club. This is according to Expansion. American private equity firm Apollo Global Management is considering acquiring a significant stake in Atletico Madrid, which values the club between 2.5 and 3 billion euros. They are negotiating entry via a capital increase, meaning Gil Marin, Ares, and Enrique Cerezo would see their shares diluted, though they wouldn't sell existing shares. The investment would support Atletico's Ciudad del Deporte, which basically means Sport City, a project needing about 800 million euros. Atletico have created a company called Parque Metropolitano to manage it. 120 million euros will come from La Liga's CVC Impulso project, 125 million from the club itself, and the remaining 555 million is being sought from investors like Apollo. Investors want part ownership but no change in management. Gil Marin would remain in control. The market, not Apollo, values Atletico between 2.5 and 3 billion, factoring in revenue, assets like the stadium, 1 million square meters of land, 13 consecutive years in the Champions League, and a valuable squad led by Julian Alvarez. Previous capital increases include Wanda, 16%, Quantum Pacific Group, and Ares. Last summer, Atletico raised 70 million euros to fund signings like Julian, Lenormand, Gallagher, and Soloff. And the current ownership is Atletico Holdco, 70.47%, held by Gil Marin, Cerezo, and Ares, and Quantum Pacific Group under 28% with around 9,000 small shareholders holding the rest. Bit complicated, maybe not too interested about stuff like investment. I keep an eye on things like this because Liverpool football cloners, Fenway Sports Group are sniffing around Spanish clubs, so I always keep an eye on any change in ownership, investment opportunities, and things like that. Real Sociedad, or Real Sausages as I once called him in one of my first videos on here, Olasagasti could earn the club 1.5 million euros. He said goodbye to his Real teammates yesterday and completed a medical with Levante. The transfer could net Real Sociedad up to 1.5 million with variables. The club retains 30% of a future sale and buyback option. Villarreal, Nicolas Pepe extends contract until 2028. Villarreal announced this yesterday that he'd extended his contract by 2 years until June 30th, 2028. He is rewarded for a solid debut season, 3 goals and 6 assists in 28 matches. I saw a lot of this on social media yesterday. They really went to town with that. They're very happy. Getafe, Luka Jovic has been offered to them. It says former Real Madrid striker Luka Jovic has been offered to Getafe and the club has activated talks. He's a free agent after leaving Milan, where he earned 3.28 million euros a year. With Uche set for Premier League move, Getafe might afford the deal. To comply with salary cap rules, Getafe would need to sell high earners. Borja Mayoral is the most likely. Jovic played for Real Madrid between 2019 and 2022, and Fiorentina and Milan. Cruz Azul, a team in Mexico, are also in the race, the infamous race, but Jovic reportedly prefers a return to Madrid and the Liga. Betis go for Monterrey midfielder Nelson Diosa. Then they're targeting Diosa after missing out on European midfield options. He plays for Monterrey alongside Ramos, Canales, and Oliver Torres. He was named in Who Scored's Club World Cup Best 11. Excuse me. Betis have offered 9 million euros. Monterrey wants at least 13. He's 25. He joined Monterrey from Pachuca for 5 million euros in early 2025. A strong, aerially dominant ball winner with decent technical skills. Betis once signed Guido Rodriguez from Club America. He's now at West Ham, but would like to return. I'm fucking this one up, aren't I? Separately, Easy Abde remains out with a bone edema in his ankle. He's been treated in Alicante. Abde is on the market. Betis hope to sell him to make room for Brian Zaragoza and Anthony. Oh, I like them names. Brian Zaragoza and Anthony. Betis, can we just skip Betis next time, please? Celta Vigo. Giraldez, quote, Borja Iglesias is my priority at striker. That's the Celta manager, Claudio Giraldez, insisting on re-signing Borja Iglesias, who was on loan from Betis last season. Borja wants to move, but there's no agreement yet between the clubs. Giraldez said the squad needs 3 new forwards and potentially more players depending on pre-season. He confirmed interest in Brian Zaragoza and praised Juan Cruz. He praised Radu and Jutgla after their friendly debuts versus Famalicão. against someone. Sevilla. Thomas Rigo on Sevilla's radar. Sevilla are interested in Bani Kostrava's 23-year-old attacking midfielder Thomas Rigo. Sport Italia reports several clubs are in for him. Banik reportedly rejected a €2 million bid from FC 20. Athletic Club. Arezzo one step away. Osasuna and Athletic negotiating. Athletic and Osasuna are in talks over Arezzo. Athletic want him immediately in Lezama for pre-season. They're open to negotiate below his €12 million release clause. Atletico are also interested but haven't entered negotiations yet. Arezzo, 26, already agreed to a long-term deal with Athletic. This will be his second stint there. They want him ready for matches versus Alaves on the 22nd of July or PSV 26th of July. Girona, Michel, will sign between 4 and 6 players. This is the Girona boss, of course, and he expects 4 to 6 signings this summer. He was highly self-critical of last season's disconnection between the team and the coaching staff, and he apologised to the players and said responsibility starts with him. The team must stay grounded to avoid a repeat of last season's struggles. And finally, Mallorca, Leo Roman extends contract until 2030. That's a goalkeeper. And he's renewed with them until 2030. And he said, renewing is a dream. I've been here 5 years and I'm excited about what's coming. And the message to the fans was, you'll have Leo for a long time. Thanks for always believing in me. And that, my friends, concludes a roundup of the other clubs outside the top 2 and also the front pages. I know I always, butcher the pronunciations. But it's very difficult. If you could do better, you have a go. You know what I'm saying? I think you work it out. Anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, the roundup. It takes me ages in the morning to do these 3 videos. But I'm trying to really get into it for you. I know some of you like it. If you do watch the videos, if you do appreciate them, please thumbs up the video. It just shows me that someone's listening and likes it. Do drop me a comment if you've got time. Even if you don't know what you're talking about, like me. Just say thanks for vid, you know what I mean? All right. I'm not sure you can support the channel. There's probably somewhere in the video description. But viewing, watching, liking, commenting, stuff like that, that'll do for me. All right, guys. I'm not sure when I'll be back. Hopefully tomorrow. We shall see. But for now, that is everything for today for Golazo España. All right.